Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, oh
I got
Lord.
shot. I always felt like I'd be shot.
Staring at the world through my rear view. Just looking back at the world from another level, you know what I mean? Staring.
Multiple gunshots lit a block, the fun stops. Snitches was calling cops, people shot, nobody stopped. I wonder when the world stopped. Cameron last night, 2 kids shot while the whole block staring. I will never understand this society. But they try to murder me, then they lie to me. Product of a John Breed, all my homies try weed. Now the little baby's crazy, raised off Hennessy. Tell me when my enemies flee when they see me. Believe me, even thugs gotta learn to take it easy. Listen, through the intimacy, search your heart for a plan. We turning bad boys to grown men. It's on again. Give a holler to my niggas in the darkest corners. Roll a perfect blunt and let me spark it for you. One love from a thug nigga, rolling with a posse full of paranoid drug dealers. To the end, my friends, I'm seeing nothing but my dreams coming true while I'm staring at the world through my rear view. See, I'm seeing nothing but my dreams coming true while I'm staring at the world through my rear view. They got me staring at the world through my rear view. Go and baby, scream to God, he can't hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast, guess it's time to die. Getting high, watching time fly. It's all my motherfuckers, I'm staring at the world through my rear view. Go and baby, scream to God, he can't hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast, guess it's time to die. We getting high, watching time fly.
Let something move. We need to shock the people. So let's shock the people.
It's real. It's just how you feel when you get around somebody you like and you can't express yourself. Everybody's gonna feel that frustration. Everybody's gonna feel that stutter when you want to say something and you don't come out right. Everybody can relate to that black, white, small, tall, fat, short, skinny, all that. So that's what it's about. It's like it's just that awkwardness of being around somebody that you really enjoy and you really want to get to know better. But you don't want to give up nothing. They don't want to give up nothing. So we get some tough war.
In order to get paid, forced to make crack sales. Caught them niggas, so they send me to these overpacked jails in the cell, counting days in this living black hell. Do you feel me? Keys to ignition, use at your discretion. Roll with a 12-gauge pump for protection. Niggas hate me in this section from years of chin checking. Turn the Smith & Wesson war weapons. Heavenly Father, I'm a soldier. I'm getting hotter 'cause the world's getting colder. Baby, let me hold ya. Talk to my guns like they fly bitches. All you bastards best to run. Look at my bitches, now I know the answer to the question. Do dreams come true? Still staring at the world through my rear view. I said now I know the answers. Do dreams come true? Staring at the world through my rear view. They got me staring at the world through my rear view. Go and baby, scream to God, he can hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast, guess it's time to die. Getting high, watching time fly. And all my motherfuckers staring at the world through my rear view. Go and baby, scream to God, he can hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast, guess it's time to die. Getting high, watching time fly. Nigga could die.
Back in the days, we hustled for sneakers and beepers, 9-6 for Glocks, cause fools hitting up blocks with street sweepers. Bless myself with knowing rules to these streets. Something I learned in school. On some lame man march shit for the peace. True that, only one life to lead, a fast life of greed. Criminally addicted, infested since the seed. We all die, breathe, bleed like humans. Towns run by young guns, outlaws and truants. Shit's deep, turn 18, roll my will when I go. Burn my body with my shotty, all Jews in my dough. So while you reminiscing all nights out with the crew, smoke a blunt for me too while staring through your rear view.
You ain't knowing what we mean by staring through the rear view. So since you ain't knowing what we mean, let me bring a better understanding. The world's behind us. Once I get an understanding on the game and what the levels and the rules of the game is, then the world ain't no trick no more. The world is a game to be played. So now we looking at world from like behind us. Niggas know what we gotta do. We just gotta put our mind to it and do it. It's all about the papers. Money rule the world. Bitches make the world go round. Real niggas do what they wanna do. Bitch niggas do.
One hand niggas be tripping off niggas that ain't got shit. Then when a nigga get shit, they trip cause you got shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That shit is Mississippi Juice was a reflection of young black males today. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't show another reflection. All of our young black males are not violent. They're all not taking the law into their own hands. They're all not going to that extreme to accomplish some sort of achievement in their life. So this is just another way of showing how you can be a young black male and accomplish something. Drug is doing the opposite way the Bishop did his work.
So I took what little bit he gave me and doubled up and doubled up and doubled up, and I've been doubling since. And I'm gonna keep on doubling till these niggas kill me, and that's that.
Shout out to the Black Squad. I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in. Listen, man, make sure you are following me on Facebook. And when you follow me on Facebook, follow me on the Omani King Kenyatta page. Do not follow me on the Kenyatta Black page. Reason being, the Kenyatta Black page is shadow banned to hell. Facebook has put the kibosh on that page. It's a wrap for the Kenyatta Black page. It's a wrap. If I post something on that page, I'm lucky if I get 4 or 5 likes. All right. Facebook is shadow banning the Kenyatta Black page to hell. As a matter of fact, earlier today, I requested a bunch of people from the Kenyatta Black page over to the Omani King Kenyatta page, and I'm going to continue to do that because the Kenyatta Black page is done. That page is done. I'm going to end up deleting that page after I get as many people from that page over to the Omani King Kenyatta page. So follow me on Facebook at Omani King Kenyatta. Make sure you are following me on my new Instagram page at Kenyatta Black, right there in your upper right hand corner. Matter of fact, go ahead and take a minute to follow me on Instagram right now. I'll even pause for a minute so you can do it. Go ahead and do it. Only take you 2 seconds. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. I'm not pausing for no reason. Go ahead and do it. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Kenyatta Black. And you're definitely going to want to follow me on Instagram because the Live with Martin Swartz series is only going to be available on Instagram. I'm not posting the Live with Martin Swartz series to YouTube or Facebook because YouTube, for some reason, is a little sensitive about the Martin Swartz series. I ended up getting a community guideline strike over one of them. So no more Martin Swartz on YouTube. No Martin Swartz on Facebook because way I see it, the Live with Martin Swartz series is clearly everybody's favorite series. We are up to volume 18. So I figured, you know what? I'll only put the Martin Swartz series on Instagram so I can get people from Facebook to come on over to Instagram so I can build that platform. So come on over to the Instagram page so you can enjoy the Martin Swartz series. And if you have yet to see any of the 18 volumes of the Martin Swartz series, you will have the fortunate opportunity to binge watch all 18 series. Like I said, man, the Martin Swartz series is clearly everybody's favorite. Apparently, Martin Swartz is quickly becoming America's favorite reporter. You know what I'm saying? So follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on YouTube at Convos with Kenyatta. I just recently changed the name back to Convos with Kenyatta, and I am going to be starting another YouTube channel. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want one of my haters to go and copy the name real quick so I can't fucking use it. Because clearly I got some haters. Clearly I got some haters that helped get the Kenyatta Black page shadow banned with all their reporting of my reels and videos and posts and shit. You know what I mean? So stay tuned for that. There's another YouTube channel coming. And if you like the content and you want to support the content, you want to go above and beyond, bless the Cash App, $ Black Squad right there in your upper left-hand corner. Or you can hit the PayPal. The PayPal will be posted to the post on Facebook and will also be in the description box on YouTube. So if you want to help a brother get a bottle of Moscato, if you want to help a brother get a bottle of Moscato, any donations to the Cash App is much appreciated. And for the handful of you who have donated over the last couple of months, I greatly appreciate your donations. Gives me inspiration to keep going, keep building this platform. And I've got some new ideas. I'm rebranding, as I'm sure some of you may have noticed. I'm rebranding, and I've got an idea. I'm gonna try to piece it together and see how it works. See how that works. And also too, I want to thank those of you who've been sharing the shit out of my reels for the last 36 to 48 hours. Goddamn, I've never had so many people sharing my reels in such a short time. It's like every time I look at my notifications on Facebook, 1, 2, or 3 more people have shared something. This shit is crazy. Like that last reel I did about Sexy Red. Last I checked, 13 people have shared that reel. That's great. That's great for me. You know what I mean? Usually I'll get, 1, 2, 3, 4 shares on a reel or something. So for 13, what I said on that reel must have struck a chord with a lot of people. So I appreciate the shares, man. I really do. I really do. But, brothers and sisters, we are gathered here today to remember Tupac Shakur on his birthday. For those of you who didn't know, June 16th is his birthday. He was born June 16th, 1971. And today, I believe he would have been 52 years old. Wow. Could you imagine a 52-year-old Tupac Shakur? Could you imagine a 52-year-old Tupac Shakur and what he would be doing today? I know what he'd be doing today. We'll get to that in a second. Because there's some sides of Tupac that nobody likes to talk about. Nobody likes to talk about the different sides of Tupac Shakur. No decent human being is only one thing. And all day today I was, scratching my head, trying to figure out, because there's so much to say about Pac. It was like, well, what do I want to say about him? You know what I mean? And just before I fired up this video, I was thinking to myself, well, a lot of times when, you don't know where to start, sometimes, best place to start is the beginning, right? So the first time I heard Tupac Shakur, the first time I remember hearing Tupac Shakur, was the All Eyes on Me album, believe it or not. That's kind of late. Some people will say, most people will say that that's kind of late, but you got to understand my story. Both of my parents are super Christians, you know what I'm saying? Not regular Christians, okay? Super Christians, not to be confused with regular Christians. My parents were super Christians. I'm talking about they wore capes with crosses on their chests, right? Super Christians. So, wasn't no worldly music allowed in the crib, you know what I mean? You know how Christians are. You can watch movies with all kind of violence in it, shooting and stabbing and people getting kicked upside their head and cursing and naked people and sex scenes and all that, that's perfectly fine. Jesus still loves you. But if you listen to a little bit of Tupac, you're going to hell, right? So there wasn't no worldly music allowed in my house, right? So I was 13 years old. This was 1996. I can't remember if it was probably the spring or the summer of 96. And the week before, we was at church, right? And there was this gas station across the street. The week before, I went over to the gas station to get something. And, you know, the gas station, they sold tapes too, you know what I mean? Go up to the register and there's, you know, some tapes sitting there to the left. And the week before, I saw the All Eyes on Me album. You know what I'm saying? So I see this brother with the tattoos and see All Eyes on Me across the cover, and you know, I'm like, you know, I'm 13. I'm not allowed to listen to this stuff. I don't know who this guy is, but he looked cool as shit to me, right? So I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? You know what I mean? And unfortunately, at the time, I didn't have the money to get the album, right? But for some reason, I got it in my head, I'm gonna buy that album. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know who Pac was. I'm gonna buy that album. Well, the very next week, I had the money. So right after church, you know how church Negroes are. You know, they want to talk and, you know, fellowship, as they put it, right? So I had the bright idea, soon as church get out, while everybody's standing around talking and whatnot, I'm just gonna slip away. I'm gonna run across the street real quick. I'm gonna buy that album, take it home, listen to it, right? So church gets out, I slide out, I run across the street real quick, buy the album, put it in my pocket, took it home. Get to the crib, you know, the whole ride home, I'm like, man, I can't wait to listen to this album. You know what I mean? This is literally the first album I ever bought. Literally, the first album I ever bought. So, you know, if any of you remember that experience of the very first album you ever bought, you know, that ride home just seems so much longer, just the anticipation of listening to this album. So I get home, run to the room, grab my Walkman, you know what I mean? Remember Walkmans? I grabbed my Walkman, threw the tape in there, you know, talking about the old headphones with the not styrofoam, but the, you know, the black covers, the real soft black covers, go over your ears like earmuffs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting up, so I put the tape in or whatever. First song of Pac I ever heard, Ambitions of a Rider. You know what I'm saying? And from that moment on, I was hooked. I mean, it wasn't no going back, especially, you know, after obviously listening to the whole album. Bruh, it was a done deal. It was a done deal, man. And never got caught with the album. This is, you know, never got caught with, man, if I'd have got caught with that Tupac, man, my pops would have whooped my ass, man. My pops would have whooped my ass. I risked the ass whooping to get my hands on that album. You know what I mean? And, you know, like I said, man, from that point on, man, I was hooked, man. From that point to right now. You know what I mean? Since the age of 13, Pac has always been my favorite rapper. Always. You know? And obviously picked a good one. Obviously I picked a good one, you know? You know, there's so much pain in his music, so much frustration in his music, you know? and also so much wisdom in his music. But the pain and frustration, you know, to sit there through my teenage years, you know, I ain't gonna go into too much detail, but through my teenage years, to have somebody that could articulate the same pain and frustration and anger that I felt, you know, that shit was needed. You know what I'm saying? That shit was needed. Throwing on a Tupac album, sitting there listening to Tupac, man, that shit was like therapy. You know what I'm saying? That shit was like therapy all through my teenage years and even into my 20s. That shit was like therapy. You know? And thank God, man. Thank God Pac was a workaholic. Thank God he was a workaholic, because you realize, you know, more music has been released, you know, since his death than when he was living. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the things that, you know, added to the mystique and mythology of Pac still being alive. You know what I mean? Because, you know, by the time 2004, 2005, 2006 rolled around, everybody was like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. This brother been gone since 96 and he's got another album coming out. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So a lot of people was like, nah, man, that brother ain't dead. Brother ain't dead. He over there in Cuba somewhere, chilling, just recording album after album. Like, what the fuck? How the brother been gone all this time and still putting out music? You know what I mean? You know, and I ain't gonna front. For a minute, I was one of those people of the opinion that, you know, he was still alive, or at least could still be alive, you know. But after so many years, I came to the conclusion that there's no way Pac could have been quiet for this long. There's no way Pac could have been quiet for this long, man. Come on now. Come on now. No way. No way. Especially when you consider the sorry state of hip hop now. There's no way. I mean, think about it. If you were Tupac Shakur, could you sit back right now and just watch fucking Lil Baby and Tekashi 6ix9ine just put out trash after trash? And that's just to name two rappers. I mean, come on now. Basically, every rapper today is fucking trash. Damn near every rapper today is fucking trash. You know what I mean? If you were Tupac, you really think you could just sit back and watch this shit? I don't think he could. I don't think he could at all, man. I couldn't. Bruh, I can't take this shit no more. I wish I had a platform. I wish I had a platform large enough to just shit on all these fucking rappers today. They are trash. Trash. I mean, it's to the point where I honestly, I be looking at y'all like something wrong with y'all. That y'all can actually sit and listen to this bullshit. Got people talking about Lil Baby's their favorite rapper. Like, what? What? Lil Baby is your favorite rapper? This nigga sound like the Chipmunks. Nigga sound like the fourth member of the Chipmunks. How the fuck is that your favorite rapper? Y'all niggas, man. Y'all niggas need to go digging in the crates, man. Y'all need to go digging in the crates, pull out some real rappers, man, for real. Some rappers that actually got some fucking talent. Shit is crazy. But nah, man. You know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that today we have a ragtag coalition of haters, nigger nerds, suckers, lames, and a handful of tethers that have taken it upon themselves to kick dirt on Tupac's name. In death, mind you. Mind you, in death. Because before we get to it, isn't it strange? Isn't it strange that the same content creators, we're talking about so-called manosphere content creators, isn't it strange that the same content creators who will say that certain people and certain factions the lowest of the low, scum of the earth, they're cowards and immoral for trying to kick dirt on the name of Kevin Samuels because we should respect the dead, and because Kevin Samuels is no longer here to defend himself, it is wrong to kick dirt on the memory of a man and kick dirt on a dead man's name. Right? However, you got the same content creators who say that, and the same viewers, because it's not just the creators, the same viewers of the manosphere who co-sign that, sentiment. Those are the same people, content creators and viewers, who are now trying to kick dirt on Pac's name. A dead man who is no longer here to defend himself. I thought we were supposed to respect the dead. But apparently, you don't have to respect the dead as long as you think you can label that dead man a Pookie. Isn't it strange? And these are black men who are doing this, by the way. These are black men who are doing this. The same black men who claim they advocate for men. The same black male content creators who claim they advocate for men. The same black male content creators who claim they respect men. The same black male content creators who claim they speak for black men. The same black male content creators who claim to uplift black men. But because they have labeled Pac a Pookie, then that makes the cowardice, immoral BS that they're trying to do, that makes it okay because they've labeled him a Pookie. So the same courtesy, the same respect, the same grace that they will extend to a Kevin Samuels or really any other dead person you can name, that same courtesy, that same respect, that same grace is not being extended to Tupac because as far as they are concerned, Tupac is a Pookie. With that being said, black men ain't shit. Black men ain't shit. I fucking said it. Black men ain't shit. You don't stand on shit. You don't believe in shit. You don't stand for shit. You go any which way the fucking wind blows. And you're so fucking stupid, you shoot yourself in the fucking foot every chance you get and blame the white man or blame the black woman for your fucking troubles. Meanwhile, you repeatedly fail to set a code of conduct and abide by the fucking code. But you failing to set a code of conduct and abiding by the code so that you can improve your station in life as a whole, as a collective, you failing to do that, that's the white man's fault. That's the black woman's fault. It's not your fucking fault. It's everybody else's fault. And you're the same motherfuckers sitting up on YouTube going on and on and on about how black women and women in general refuse to take accountability for anything. Yet you refuse to take accountability for the fact that you continuously fail to do even the basic fucking things that every other group of men do on a regular basis, because it is fucking basic. It is a basic thing for a group of men to set a code of conduct and live by it. Stand on it. The code of conduct is fucking worthless if you are going to be so immature about it, where you say, well, the same grace and respect and morality that we'll show Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels was this particular archetype, well, we're not going to show that same grace, respect, and courtesy to Tupac, because Pac was, we consider Pac to be the Pookie archetype. Y'all some fucking suckers, man. Y'all some fucking suckers. And there's a reason why I don't really fuck with none of y'all. Talking about the content creators. There's really about 2 or 3 content creators. I'm not talking about big content creators that everybody knows about shit. There's like 2 or 3 content creators on my page that I fuck with. One off the top of my head, Abuki Cabal. I fuck with him. He seems like a stand-up dude. And there's maybe 1 or 2 other people that I could name, but I can't remember what their names are on YouTube. I have a hard time remembering, people's. I was just telling somebody earlier today, I have a hard time keeping people straight between YouTube and Facebook, and some people are on my YouTube, my Facebook, and my Instagram, but they got a different name on Facebook than what they got on YouTube, and they got different pictures, so it'd be hard to keep people straight, you know. Like, there's one dude on my page, on my Facebook page, his name is Mr. Truth Logic. He's hands down like one of my biggest supporters. You know what I'm saying? Hands down one of my biggest supporters. You know what I mean? And hands down one of my biggest supporters on YouTube. On YouTube, his name is XL Pro. And he has a certain picture on YouTube. On Facebook, his name is Mr. Truth Logic, and he had a totally different picture. I had no fucking idea that it was the same fucking person until today. You know what I'm saying? He changed his profile picture on Facebook to the same picture that he uses on YouTube, and I was like, oh shit, is that XL? So I asked him, I was like, oh, you XL Pro? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh shit, nigga, I didn't even know that was you. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? You know, so it'd be hard to keep people straight. So don't feel offended if I didn't mention your name. You know, because I like I said, man, it's hard to keep people straight as far as who's who from one platform to the next. But it's crazy. Over the last couple of months, man, it really started with that whole just pasty things situation, where damn near everybody, the overwhelming vast majority of the content creators in the black manosphere proved that they don't stand on shit. They don't stand for nothing. They don't stand for nothing. How can you claim to speak for black men, and advocate for black men, when you are afraid to call out racism? And not only afraid to call out racism, refuse to call out racism, and then align yourself with the racist. Unbelievable. 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 And then double and triple down on it. That showed me right there, man. Just these content creators don't stand for nothing. They just go whichever way the wind blows. Even the ones who claim they keep it real. Even the ones that claim they from the streets. They real niggas and they keep it real. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Fuck that nigga. You know who I'm talking about. But to see this, first it started with, trying to, paint this picture that Pac was guilty of, the allegation of sexual assault. A case which everybody, including the prosecutors of that case, knew was bullshit. Let me say that again. A case that everybody, including the prosecutors of that case, knew was bullshit. That case ended up becoming more about Tupac's image and Tupac's music than anything else. Even the prosecutors knew the case was bullshit. You tell me how one day this girl is giving Pac sloppy toppy on a crowded dance floor in the club in New York, okay? So we're talking about a big ass crowded club. You tell me how one day Shorty's giving Pac sloppy toppy on a crowded dance floor in a New York nightclub, but then 2 days later she's claiming she was sexually assaulted. Where they do that at? You just gave me sloppy toppy on a crowded dance floor. Why the heck would I why the heck would I have to assault you 2 days later? Meanwhile, the truth of the matter is, Shorty was a groupie that Pac was fucking with here and there. And for some reason, she got in her head that she wanted to be upgraded from groupie status to his girl. And Pac wasn't going for that shit. So the next thing you know, here come these allegations. And the state knew it was bullshit. The prosecutors knew it was bullshit. That's why they ended up making the case more about his music and his image than anything else. Bottom line is, it was a convenient lie that provided them with a convenient opportunity to lock somebody up that they already wanted to lock up. Let me say that again. Those allegations were a convenient lie that provided the powers that be with a convenient opportunity to lock up somebody that they already wanted to lock up in the first place. If you remember, when Pac shot those 2 off-duty police officers down there in Atlanta, because, you know, they were off-duty, and all Pac saw was 2 white guys jumping on a brother, doing the brother dirty, and Pac jumped in on some, I am my brother's keeper type shit. Pac didn't know they was cops. All he saw was a brother in need, and unlike most of you Negroes who wouldn't have done shit, Pac took it upon himself to be his brother's keeper. So he shot them 2 off-duty cops, and they, obviously, if you shoot 2 cops on duty or off duty, of course they want to put you under the fucking jail. But they couldn't do nothing because, 1, it was actually a justified fucking shooting, and 2, those 2 cops were dirty as fuck. Dirty as fuck. I think, if I remember correctly, both of the cops at the time had guns that they had took out of evidence lockers or something. 2 guns that were supposed to be evidence in some cases or something. I can't remember exactly, but they had some. I could have swore it was some guns. I could have swore it was some guns that the 2 off-duty cops had that they weren't supposed to fucking have, or something like that. Anyway, the cops were dirty as fuck. Dirty as fuck. So as much as they wanted to put Pac under the fucking jail, they couldn't, because like I said, 1, the shooting was actually justified, and 2, the 2 cops were dirty as fuck. I think both those cops actually ended up getting fired after that, because how dirty they were got exposed because of that shit. But dirty cops or not, they wanted to put Pac under the fucking jail. So when this opportunity presented itself, they jumped on it. They jumped on it. It didn't matter if Pac was guilty or not. They were going to make sure he went to jail for it. So like I said, it was a convenient lie that provided the powers that be with a convenient opportunity to put somebody in jail that they already wanted to put in jail. And here you Negroes go, because of your hatred for Pookie, and you've labeled Pac a Pookie, you want to slap that label on Pac. You really think the man who wrote Brenda's Got a Baby, you really think the man who wrote Keep Your Head Up, the man who wrote Dear Mama, the man who wrote Who Do You Believe In, the man who wrote Who Do You Believe In, you think that man sexually assaulted somebody? No, you don't believe that. You don't believe that. You too are taking advantage of a convenient lie. So that you can use that convenient lie to kick dirt on the name of a man you have deemed a Pookie. You don't believe that. And you know you don't believe it because soon as y'all started getting called out for that, you pivoted. And now what you're doing, to try to kick dirt on Pac's name is using the controversy surrounding his parentage. You know, the fact that there was some confusion over who Pac's biological father was. For those of you who don't know, Pac, for almost all his life, was under the impression that somebody else was his father. And that man ended up passing away. That's why if you listen to the Dear Mama song, if you listen to the Dear Mama record, when he says, he passed away and I didn't cry because my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. In that line, he's talking about the man who he thought was his father. When Pac got shot the first time in '94 at Quad Studios, when he got shot that first time in '94, his biological father, Garland, showed up at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? And apparently he had been trying to get in touch with Pac for a few years. You know what I'm saying? So now what these suckers and haters and nigger nerds and tethers and content creating hypocrites want to do is now they want to latch on to that. And what it is, what they're trying to make it, they're trying to make it look like it's an attack on Afeni. It's not an attack on Afeni. It's an attack on Pac. It's an attack on Pac. Nobody cared about this. 20-something years, nobody cared about this. Nobody brought this up. Nobody said anything about it. But suddenly after, you know, these people bring up this sexual assault case, and they get called out on that, and they can't really stand on it. Because look, you mean to tell me the same content creators who defended Johnny Depp, the same content creators who are defending Jonathan Majors, the same content creators who defended Kobe back in the day, those same content creators and those same viewers of the Manosphere space, those are the same fucking people who want to slap this label on Pac like he definitely fucking did it. Well, what's the difference between Pac and Johnny Depp? What's the difference between Pac and Jonathan Majors? What's the difference between Pac and Kobe Bryant? They've labeled Pac a pookie. They've labeled Pac a pookie. That's it. Simple as that. As long as they can label you a pookie, they feel like they don't got to show you no kind of respect, no kind of decency, no kind of grace, nothing. So now they've latched on to this controversy surrounding his parentage, when half of them motherfuckers probably don't even know who the fuck they daddy is. And the other half, think about it. Because, look, it's funny thing. I mean, it's talked about in the Manosphere all the fucking time. How many of your daddies got DNA tests on you? How many of you, now that you are grown, how many of you have gone to your alleged father and say, yo, dad, let's get a DNA test done. Let's get a DNA test done. Make sure mama ain't been lying. Do you know, statistically speaking, a good 20-30% of these so-called educated lames, these nigga nerds, these fucking haters that's got Pac in their fucking mouth right now, statistically speaking, 20 to 30% of you have been lied to about who the fuck your daddy is. But you sitting around talking about Pac. Listen, man, if you like the content, you want to support the content, go ahead and hit the Cash App, $BLAXKSQUAD, or you can hit the PayPal. It is listed in the post and is also in the description box on YouTube. I find that to be real funny. I find that to be real funny. Real funny. And you know, it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame what the manosphere has been reduced to. It's a damn shame. A bunch of gossiping, a bunch of dudes gossiping like hoes, man. Bunch of dudes gossiping like hoes. I mean, I'm talking about these content creators that do a video on Tuesday talking about another content creator, and then on Thursday they do another video talking about a different content creator. Then on Friday they do another video talking about a different content creator. And on Saturday they do another video talking shit about a whole nother content creator, and just wash, rinse, and repeat. Every other time they go live, they're sitting there gossiping and talking shit about another content creator. And the viewers in the fucking manosphere are a bunch of fucking hoes too, because they sit there listening to this shit, being entertained by a gossiping ass, hoe ass content creator. The only way you're entertained by a hoe is if you a fucking hoe too. Which reminds me that I gotta get rid of somebody off of my Facebook page. I forget what's his name, Charlie. I think his name is Charlie something. Came across one of his posts earlier today. He was talking shit about Kevin Samuels. I forget exactly what he said, but he said 3 things about Kevin Samuels. The first 2 things he said were not true. And then the third thing he said was kind of irrelevant. I think he said something about, he said that, something about, he mentioned Kevin Samuels' second wife and said that his wife made, while him and his second wife were together, his wife was the breadwinner. Therefore, Kevin Samuels isn't a high value man. Does it first off, how do you know that his second wife made more money than he did? And even if she did make more money than him while they were married, Kevin Samuels died a multi-millionaire. How was he not a high value man? Not only considering his finances when he left this earth, but the way he carried himself, the way he carried himself and the network that he had, the women that he clearly must have had available to him, so on and so forth. How was he not a high value man when he passed? So because he was allegedly in a certain financial bracket years before, he does not get credit for what he achieved before he died? what the fuck? You know, so that's a whole ass nigga that I don't want in my fucking circle. That's a whole ass nigga I don't want in my fucking circle. So I'm gonna do a video about the bullshit that he fucking posted. And then after I do that video, I'm gonna remove him from my fucking page and I'm gonna block him. Cause I don't allow hoe ass niggas to even have access to my fucking page. Cause hoe ass niggas are the type of people that report shit. I'm talking about scroll through your whole fucking page, just report every post. Report every post. Because, I mean, look, if you report enough shit, sooner or later, Facebook is going to have a problem with something, right? And that's what these people do. They just report, you know. But just as an example, why are you speaking on a dead man? That's some hoe shit. In the same way I'll say, y'all on some hoe shit speaking on Pac, I can also say that dude I came across earlier speaking on Kevin Samuels, a dead man, that nigga's a fucking hoe. I don't give a damn that Pac fit one archetype and Kevin Samuels fit another archetype. They're both men. You don't speak on a dead man. You don't speak ill of a dead man. At least not a dead man that didn't deserve for you to speak ill of him. You know. There's some wicked people in this world, no doubt about it. Some wicked people in this world. And when they kick the bucket, you know, some people might feel inclined to talk about their wicked asses. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, we might not extend that same courtesy and same respect to a wicked son of a bitch. When they pass, we might celebrate a little bit. You know? Like that dude in Germany with the funny mustache. You know who I'm talking about. When he died, I'm pretty sure a whole lot of people celebrated. You know what I'm saying? As they said in biblical times, they rejoiced. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a wicked son of a bitch. But y'all just no code of conduct, man. No code of conduct. Y'all stand on nothing. And the shit that y'all claim to stand on happens to be what you stand on the least. Claim to be advocates of men. Y'all some fucking hypocrites. You can't advocate for men being a fucking hypocrite. Don't get me wrong, no decent human being is one thing, but no decent human being is a fucking hypocrite either. Not to that extent. I'm talking about blatant hypocrisy. Blatant hypocrisy, which proves you don't mean nothing you fucking say. So I can't trust shit that comes out your mouth. Yeah, man, that shit's not an attack on Afeni. That's an attack on Pac. By some hoe ass niggas that's mad at the whole fucking world because girls don't like them. You realize this shit, right? You do realize that the majority of you know, the men who are so disgruntled with women, you realize they're just angry because women don't like them like that. You know what I mean? Like these fucking incels running around here trying to hide behind the MGTOW banner. You know, and I keep telling y'all MGTOWs, man, y'all gotta get them squares out your fucking circle. Get them incels out your circle. An incel cannot claim to be a MGTOW, and you MGTOWs need to stop allowing those incels to come among you. How you a MGTOW when women don't fucking want you in the first place? It's easy to say I'm going my own way when women don't fucking want you. That's not a MGTOW, that's a fucking incel. Stop letting them incels claim your set. Because eventually they're going to bring shame to your set. You see these fucking incels, they're very angry. And they say the damnedest fucking things. They say the damnedest things. They live they live in a perpetual state of red pill rage. Red pill rage is supposed to be a phase that you go through. I went through it. I went through my little red pill, my little red pill rage phase. I went through my little phase. But I got over it because it's a phase. You know what I'm saying? These people, these incels, a lot of these incels running around here on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, they have made red pill rage a lifestyle. They are in a perpetual state of red pill rage. And the only reason they so mad is because apparently don't nobody want to give them no pussy. So they mad. They're mad at the women because the women won't give them none. And then they're mad at the men who get it. Mad at the women who won't give them none, and they're mad at the men who get it. Which is why you got some content creators that just want to see the whole fucking community burn. They want to see the whole community burn because they're not validated by the women and they're not respected by the men. So they've said to hell with all of it. Now, if you pay attention to the manosphere space, you know who I'm talking about when I say that. You know what content creator I'm talking about when I say that. Not validated by the women, not respected by the men, so they hate both of them, and they just want to see the whole community burn. Who wants to see their whole community burn? An incel. An incel, like I said, that can't get the validation that they so desperately desire from the women, and will never get the respect that they desire from men because they fucking suckers. Suckers don't get respect. You're a lower ranking male. Men don't respect you. End of discussion. That's how it works. Right? Yeah, man. You know, I wanted to come on here, say a few words about the brother Pac. Like I said, man, you know, it's a shame, you know, they want to label Pac a Pookie when he was so much more. You know, I mean, even, you know, his closest friends, you know, you watch, you know, various interviews that people who knew Tupac personally have done. You know, several people have said, you know, repeatedly over the years, you know, that, you know, if you line up 10 people that knew Tupac and asked each of those 10 people who was Tupac Shakur, you might get 10 different answers and 10 different versions of Tupac Shakur from these 10 different people. And all 10 of them are telling you the truth. Because Pac was more than one thing. Yeah, people love to talk about, Tupac the Thug. Tupac was a gangsta ass brother. You know what I'm saying? Tupac was a gangsta ass brother. It kills me, man. It kills me the people who try to say, oh, Pac wasn't really like that. It was an image, yada, yada, yada. Bruh. The man kept a gun on him. The man kept a gun on him. He shot 2 off-duty cops. This is a brother that actually went to the shooting range and practiced his aim. How many brothers actually go to the shooting range and practice their aim? You know what I'm saying? The countless, I ain't gonna say countless, but the numerous altercations, physical altercations he got into. Him and Tretch got into it with the 60s out there in Cali. Or when he ran up on the 2 directors of that movie. Because remember, Pac was supposed to be a menace to society. And he ended up having a big falling out with the 2 guys that were directing the movie. You know what I'm saying? When he ran up on them and whooped their ass. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the infamous night in Vegas. Leading up to that, you seen, he was stomping on Orlando Anderson's head. Like, these people that want to say Pac wasn't he wasn't built like that. He wasn't really in the streets like that. I don't know what Tupac y'all talking about. I don't know what Tupac you talking about. You don't know Pac too well. You don't know much about Pac. You saying that. But yeah, you had Tupac the Thug. You also had Tupac the Revolutionary. And you hear it in his music. You hear it in his music. In numerous songs. In so many songs. Too many to name. You can hear it in his music. You had Tupac the Poet. How do you read a lot of his poetry, you see why, like I said a few days ago, what I said, I said if we're being honest, there's only a handful of hip-hop records that can accurately be described as beautiful records. And it's also fair to say Tupac wrote half of them. And that's the damn truth. That is the damn truth. Like, bruh, Brenda's Got a Baby. Keep your head up. Dear Mama. Letter to My Unborn Child. Who Do You Believe In? To Live and Die in L.A. I Ain't Mad at You. You know what I mean? Just the list just goes on and on and on. Unconditional Love. Bruh, Unconditional Love. If you haven't heard Unconditional Love, go check out that record. Go check out that record. Come on, man. The brother was more than one thing. And y'all know it. And that's the thing that I believe bothers a lot of you so-called educated lames. The fact that the fact that not even with just Pac, but with a whole lot of these Pookies running around here. For a lot of we could say about the Pookie, for a lot that I say about the Pookie, a lot of these Pookies, if you get to know them, they're more than one thing. There's so much to them. And a lot of y'all be trying to, scratching your heads, trying to figure out, what these women see in these Pookies. They're more than one thing. That's what they see in them. They see a man in them. They see somebody who's willing stand up and protect them if need be. They see somebody who's out here trying to get it by any means necessary. They see somebody who ain't afraid of you know who. Unlike a whole lot of you educated lame Negroes who get the skinning and grinning and buck dancing and boot licking and tap dancing when you know who comes around. I mean, let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. If nothing else, the last few months of the manosphere has proven that the skinning and grinning, buck dancing and boot licking, tap dancing, ass kissing Negroes far outnumber those who don't. I think Jason Black puts it best when he says there's only two kinds of black people. He says there's only two kinds of black people. Black people who recognize racism, white supremacy, and fight it. And then you got black people who recognize racism, white supremacy, and just go back to picking the cotton. And I think the last couple of months of the manosphere has proven that the overwhelming vast majority of not only content creators, but also the viewers in the black manosphere space are a bunch of fucking cotton-picking niggas. I said it. I said it. Stamford, Connecticut. Harbor Point. Right off of exit 8. Just a few blocks from the train station. I ain't hard to find. I said it. I'm not hard to find. I said it. I think I have ran my mouth long enough. Long enough. Like I said, we have a coalition of suckers who are attempting to kick dirt on Pac's name. So the more y'all try to kick dirt on Pac's name, the more I'm gonna uplift his name. And we'll see how this goes. Because I'll tell you right now, look, man, a handful of nigga nerds on the fucking internet are not going to destroy Tupac's legacy. You're not. You're not gonna destroy his legacy in the hearts and minds of anybody. You're not. It's just not gonna happen. So keep it up if you want to. But I will say this, keep it on the internet. Keep that shit on the internet. Same way it is, you know, there's a whole lot of Muslims running around here that'll get with you if you say the wrong thing about Prophet Muhammad. Same way there's a whole lot of NOI brothers that'll get with you if you say the wrong thing about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. There's a whole lot of Tupac fans out here that'll get with you. You say that shit in front of them on the street. Not behind your little screen on YouTube, but on the street, face to face. So keep that shit on the internet, tough guy. I'll tell you that right now. Keep that shit on the internet, man. Like I said, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you are following me on Facebook, and like I said, follow me on the Omani King Kenyatta page. Do not bother following me on the Kenyatta Black page. That page is shadow banned to hell. That page has been banished to the fiery pits of Facebook hell Ain't no coming back for that page, man. So follow me on the Omani King Kenyatta page. Make sure you follow me on my new Instagram page at KenyattaBlack, right there in your upper right hand corner. Again, the Live with Martin Swartz series will only be on Instagram. It's not going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on Facebook. So if you want to enjoy America's favorite reporter, Martin Swartz, you're going to have to come on over to Instagram so that you can get acquainted with the Live with Martin Swartz series. If you have not seen the series yet, man, you are missing out. I'll tell you that right now. Because look, it's everybody's favorite series. Clearly, everybody's favorite series. My personal favorite series was the Hit 'em Up series, you know, where I be clowning celebrities and shit. I gotta admit, man, the Live with Martin Swartz series is starting to be my favorite series too now. I mean, I haven't even done a Hit 'em Up series in a while. A long while. The last one I did was Mary J. I'll put it to you like this. The last one I did was Mary J. And that's Hit 'em Up Volume 21. That's Hit 'em Up Volume 21. I did the Mary J joint, Hit 'em Up Volume 21, Mary J. I did that video before I ever did a Live with Martin Swartz video. And now here we are at Volume 18 with the Live with Martin Swartz. The Martin Swartz series is almost caught up to the Hit 'em Up series. You know what I mean? Because I see everybody likes the shit, so I'm trying to keep it going, you know. But I'm going to get back to that Hit 'em Up shit, too, because that shit is funny as fuck. Just be clowning celebrities. And the thing is, on Instagram, I can actually tag the celebrity that I'm clowning in the post, and they're likely to see that shit. So, I'm definitely going to keep the Hit 'em Up series going. But, like I said, man, the @KenyattaBlack page on Instagram, that's a brand new page, just made it the other day. So I'm in the middle of uploading a lot of stuff to that page, so bear with me, because I'm gonna have to upload all the Martin Swartz series to that page again, and I'm gonna have to edit, you know, I'm gonna have to edit like damn near every fucking video. It's going to take me a second. It's going to take me a second, but I should have that done before the weekend is up. So come on over to the Instagram page. We're going to get it popping over there. I'm finally getting it together with Instagram. But what's crazy is as soon as I started getting it together with Instagram shut down my fucking channel. They shut my channel down over that video I did about T-Boz expressing her regrets over the cootie shot. Instagram, I'm telling y'all right now, Instagram is not playing about that cootie shot. You better not say nothing about that cootie shot. You better not say nothing. No bullshit. No bullshit. I posted the video, came back like 2 hours later, my page was shut down. Page was shut down. They were saying something about my password. Oh, looks like you shared your password with such and such website, blah, blah, blah. I ain't sharing my fucking password with nobody. Man, they shut my shit down because I did that damn video about the cootie shot. It's crazy. It's 2023 and they still trying to censor people who say something about the cootie shot. Crazy. So come on over to Instagram. If you like the content, you want to support the content, go ahead and hit that Cash App, $BLAXKSQUAD, or you can hit the PayPal. The Cash App and the PayPal will be posted in the post on Facebook, and it will also be in the description box on YouTube. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. I am Kenyatta Black. Shout out to the Black Squad. I appreciate all your support. And I will holla at y'all later. Deuces. Just a little smaller, but you still roll. Hit the hood swole. Remember when you had a Jerry curl? Getting quiet learning. On the roof, tripping off shirt. Saying how you changed. Oh, you a Muslim now. No more dope game. Phone call, hurt you got bail. Email. Put my homie easy, man. Independent of shit is the game plan. I'm sees the struggle. I'm still fucking sees the trouble.